Remember the last time you delivered a public speech? How was it? How did you feel? Confident? Nervous? Embarrassed? Or all these emotions combined? Hi class! Today we're going to have a review about public speaking, its modes and types. At the end of this lesson, I expect you to define public speaking, explain the importance of public speaking, describe each mode of public speaking, and identify the types of public speaking. Okay, let's do it. First and foremost, what is public speaking? Public speaking is a process of conveying ideas, of shaping opinions and information, of inducing understanding. In public speaking class, we express our ideas and opinions with the responsibility of making our audience understand the purpose of our speech. Now, there are two components in this process. The first one, we have the audience. This pertains to the large group of people or the crowd which serves as the recipient of the message or speech that the speaker wants to convey in an oratory and eloquent way. Second, of course, is the speaker. He or she is the one who communicates his or her thoughts and feelings by means of an effective speech. No? Now, why is public speaking important? Class, public speaking has been an important means of communication throughout man's history. No? So, do you agree? Do you know, class, in ancient Greece and Rome, those who can share their thoughts and ideas in public were much admired. No? Example of these people or Socrates, Aristotle, Plato. I know, you know these philosophers, no? So, this is because, class, public speaking is not only speaking out one's ideas, but delivering these ideas eloquently and convincingly to inspire and convince other people. As the great Athenian statesman, orator, and General Pericles aptly said, one who forms a judgment on any point but cannot explain it clearly might as well never have thought at all on the subject. Also, there is really a necessity for you to skillfully express your ideas and emotion if you want to be acknowledged, no, because of these ideas and emotions of yours, right? Now, in many countries, class, including Philippines, public speaking is a highly regarded communication skill of college graduates sought by employers. Likewise, college graduates rank oral communication as most essential skill to career development. The importance of such a skill is true across the board for accountants and architects, teachers and technicians, scientists and stockholders, and even in highly specialized fields such as civil and mechanical engineering. Because of this, class, you need to evaluate, no? Evaluate your public speaking skills. So, how are you in it? Are you good? Bad? Average? And what are you going to do about it? No? So, only you know your answer. Okay, so the next question is, how to deliver a public speech? So this is one of the basic questions when we're talking about public speaking. Now, actually, there are many approaches in delivering a speech, and the simplest and easiest is by reading it word for word. However, we need to remember that the simplest is not always the best and the most appropriate. Yes, reading the speech avoids messing up with the message, But this approach misses out the most essential in public speaking, and that is being able to connect with the audience and having the confidence to speak to them. Now, to understand this point better, class, let's talk about the four modes of public speaking. Without further ado, the first one is impromptu speaking. Okay? Exactly what we can perceive from the image. Impromptu speaking is the delivery or presentation of a short message without enough or advanced preparation. Impromptu speeches often occur when someone is asked to say a few words or give a toast on a special occasion. Impromptu speaking is usually done in informal conversational settings. Okay, so example of this class is self-introductions, in group settings. Now, since impromptu speaking, is quite challenging, so there is a guide in delivering impromptu speech. Okay, so here is it. So the first one is take a moment to collect your thoughts and plan the main point you want to make. No? So breathe, inhale, exhale. Don't panic. A calm mind would help you organize the things you are going to say to your audience. Second, thank the person for inviting you to speak. If there are important people present, acknowledge their presence. Third, deliver your message, making your main point as briefly as you can while still covering adequately and at a pace your listeners can follow. Okay, so do not be verbose, no? Don't mention unnecessary things. So be conscious of your pace. Do not be too slow and do not be too fast. Okay? After delivering your message, class, you thank the person again for the opportunity to speak. And lastly, you need to stop talking. Okay. Second mode, we have extemporaneous speaking. Yes, it's Emma Watson. No, as you know, she's really good, in delivering public speeches, specifically extemporaneous speech. No? So this is the presentation of a carefully planned and practiced speech, spoken in a conversational or informal manner using brief notes. So in this class, the speaker is given ample amount of time to prepare, say 10 or 15 minutes. Okay? So the speaker is not obliged to memorize his or her notes, but is not also allowed to read every word in it, compromising the delivery of the speech itself. No? Because the tendency is that if the speaker is too focused in reading his or her notes, so it compromises his or her delivery. So he or she might as well not able to establish connection, with his or her audience. Okay? To be guided, class, consider the following tips. Okay? So the first one, you decide quickly what your message will be. So you only have limited time to deliver your speech, class. So limit your speech to a single idea only. So from this, characterize and substantiate it to make your entire speech. Second, again, do not try to memorize what you will say. So you can practice and familiarize it though. Third, start off strong and with confidence. So start with a bang, no? What I mean is start powerfully, no? By this, your audience will be motivated to pay attention and listen to you. Decide on your transitions from one point to another. So use signposting to have a smooth flow of speech. So this is to organize your speech for the audience to understand better what you're trying to tell them. And then you maintain eye contact with the audience. So this implies sincerity, class, no? So when your audience sense that you're sincere, no? You're sincere, then most likely, class, they would also try to be sincere while listening to you, no? Finally, you need to have a good conclusion. So if you start with a bang, you finish your speech with a bang bang, no? So that your audience will not forget what you have told them. Okay, so the third mode is manuscript speaking. So this is the word-for-word iteration of a written message. So in a manuscript speech, the speaker can keep his or her attention on the printed page except when using visual aids. No? So for instance, class, professional speakers, actors, news reporters, and politicians often take guide from an auto-cue device, no? Such as teleprompter, no? Especially when appearing on television where eye contact with the camera is very important. So with enough practice, class, a speaker can achieve a conversational tone and give the impression of speaking extemporaneously while using an auto-cue device or script. However, there are two factors to consider. So the first one, the speaker is already a skillful public speaker, no? Who has mastered to use a conversational tone while presenting a prepared script. And second, the speech is written in a style that sounds conversational or less formal. Okay? So there are tips, no, for delivering manuscript speaking. So the first one, write the outline for your speech. So writing it will help you remember your speech more. Yes, it increases the chance of good delivery. Second, create mental images for each bullet point. No? Third, you create a mind palace. Okay? So consider possibilities, class. Imagine yourself delivering the speech. No? What things will make you good in doing it? Okay? Fourth, you need to visualize. And lastly, you need to review and practice, of course. So remember, constant practice will help you achieve what you've visualized. Okay? So the last mode, class, is the memorized speaking. So I guess all of us have an experience in this, no? So maybe as part of our experience, class, no? Maybe some did forget few lines of their speech and wish to disappear that very moment, no? So we have all those kinds of embarrassing moments, no? Unforgettable experiences. However, class, those embarrassing moments are undeniably part of our journey to become better. Okay? So, yes, memorized speaking is the rote recitation of a written message that the speaker has memorized. No? For instance, actors deliver from memory whenever they perform from a script in a stage play, television program, or movie scene. So, the following tips will aid you in the preparation and delivery of your memorized speech. Okay? The manuscript is still a speech, so do not just read your script, class. No, deliver with proper verbal and non-verbal manners. Okay? Maintain your energy. Remember, class, that energy implies passion in delivering your presentation. So you have to be consistent as far as your energy level is concerned. You use your own wording if possible. So this suggests personal touch on your speech. Further, it is a lot easier to memorize when you use your own words and phrases. Use spoken rather than written language. So this is to achieve conversational tone in delivering it. Okay? Use short, simple sentences. So it will give you the opportunity to pause, look at your audience, and comfortably return to your presentation. You prepare the manuscript in large print, no? So as much as possible, it should be triple spaced with wide margins. Okay? So score the speech class. So you may take note of the keywords, no? So which portion of your speech you need to pause, you need to go fast, or you need to go slow, or you need to emphasize, no? A point or an idea. And then, of course, you need to practice the speech. Lastly, you need to pace yourself. Decide on the speed of your delivery. And lastly, you need to maintain eye contact. So just like what I told you a while ago, class, eye contact suggests sincerity. So if you are sincere, your audience will sense that one. No? So most likely, they would also try to be sincere in listening to you. Okay? So again, there are 4 modes of public speaking. We have impromptu, extemporaneous, manuscript speaking, and memorized speaking. So knowing these modes help you decide on the appropriateness of the public speech you're going to deliver in a given event or occasion. So, on the other hand, class, mastering public speaking requires differentiating the primary types of public speaking. So, with this, what are the types of public speaking? I'm going to present 5 types, and the first one is ceremonial speaking. Okay? So if you have been to quite a lot of events with friends and relatives, then maybe you witnessed few of them delivering ceremonial speeches, or maybe you yourself delivered one or few, no? Ceremonial speeches mark special occasions, no? Just like what you can see in the image. So they are usually done at weddings, graduations, and funerals, as well as large birthday celebrations and office holiday parties. Ceremonial speaking normally involves a toast and is personal with an intimate emotional connection to people hearing it. Okay? Second is demonstrative speaking. No? So this is a form of informative speech where the speaker's primary goal is to teach the audience how to complete a task or a process. And this is largely accomplished by illustrating the steps of a task or a process. No? So again, if you want to teach your audience how to do something, then this is the perfect speech for you, class. No? So here is the basic speech outline. No? So the first one, class, is in delivering demonstrative speech, you need to start with a why. No? So why is it important to learn what you're going to teach or demonstrate? No? And then you give a brief overview of the entire process. So go through the steps one by one, no? So you need to describe it, and then you need to show it to your audience. So this is optional, class. No? So discuss options, extras, or variations. And lastly, allow time for question and answer. The third type is informative speaking. According to Lugan 2012, with informative speaking, the speaker is trying basically to explain an idea to the audience. College lecture courses included informative speaking as do industry conferences and public officials exchanging important information. No? So in this type of speaking, the information is what is essential and not seeking for the approval of the audience, since its main point is to disseminate information. Okay? Now, if you want to win your audience over with your speech, then the fourth type, that is persuasive speaking, is most suitable. According to researchers, this is the most challenging and glitzy, no, among all types of public speaking. So politicians, lawyers, and clergy members often deliver persuasive speech. So this kind of speaking entails practicing voice inflections and nuances of language that will persuade the audience of a certain viewpoint or idea. The persuasive speaker has a stake in the result of the speech. He or she uses emotional appeals and strong language in speeches. So politicians, for example, class. So they may like votes, while lawyers are trying to persuade a jury of their position, and the clergy members are attempting to win others over their faith. No? So the persuasive speaker uses, again, emotional appeal and strong language in their speeches. Okay? The last type, class, is narrative speaking. So according to Nordquist, a narrative essay or a speech is used to relate a story, no? Often one that is based on personal experience. This type of work includes works of nonfiction that cut closely to the facts and follow a logical, chronological development of events. So like persuasive speaking, it also uses emotional appeal. No? So this is necessary if you want your audience to relate with your story. So it can be serious, no, or humorous. Okay? Alright, so those are the primary types of public speaking. So I truly advise you, class, to enhance your public speaking skills. So although majority of you are majoring in civil engineering, it would be relevant still in your job application, proposal presentations, and even in building relationships in the future, class. No? So remember, a person who knows how to convey his ideas and opinions skillfully will always have an edge. No? Words are powerful. No? They can change what happens, what had happened, what is happening, and what will happen. No? So, anyway, class, for your activity, I call it snub a shot. No? So, choose a picture of any object or person of your interest. Make a 3 to 5 minute speech about your snapshot on any of these types of speech. So it could be informative, persuasive, and demonstrative. No? Remember that a good speech has an introduction, body, and conclusion. Record a video of yourself delivering your speech. Memorizing the speech is optional. However, manuscript reading is not allowed. You can have your notes though. No? Turn it in the intended classwork folder. Lastly, criteria for grading are as follow. So delivery, 15 points. Content, 15 points. Creativity, 10 points. Organization, 10 points, a total of 50 points. Okay, so that would be all. Thank you very much, class. Goodbye.